Hi friends, welcome to Kodai Linux. I am your facilitator Muradi. This session's objective is to learn the following: significance of path variable, shell scope of command search. Our novice Linux learner thinks. For quite a few days, we have been working on Linux filters and could understand them. Filters are indeed great tools of Unix and Linux. Without these filters, we can't even imagine doing wonderful file processing. I know there are many more filters, but right now, for quite some time, another question is haunting me. People keep talking about this path variable. What is this path variable? What is its significance? And also I keep wondering, when I execute a command, how the shell fetches the appropriate code and executes. Just then, the bash takes the form of a genie and appears before our novice Linux learner. Alambana, you thought of me and I came. I can read the queries that are going on in your mind. Let me clarify to you one by one. First, path is a predefined variable present in my environment. This path variable stores a list of directories in the form of their absolute path names, each directory being delimited by a colon character in order to distinguish them. When a user executes a command, a file name with same name as the command name is searched in each of the directories in this path variable, starting from the leftmost directory and proceeding from left to right. That's okay, Jenny. But are all the commands are there in one of the directories of path variable? That's a good question, my master. All the commands are not in the directories in path variable. There are commands, the code corresponding to which are there in my environment also. These are known as internal commands. The commands that are present in one of the directories in the path variable are known as external commands. Oh, is it? Yes, master. When you issue a command on my $prompt or by clicking on a shortcut on UI interface, I search for that command in a set of places and finally in each of the directories in the path variable. Once I find the code corresponding to the command, if it's an internal command, I transfer control to the code. As it is already there in my environment. But if the code is an external command, I load the code to memory, adopt this newly created process as my child. I call this as forking and exeking. I give a runtime environment to the newly created child process, a place to live and perform tasks, to my newborn baby, that is the newly created child process, and then transfer control to my child. Oh, that's quite elaborate. So nice of you, Jenny. I want to add one more thing. From among my internal commands, there are certain types of them. I'll explain them to you in detail and also in which order I search for the command from among these types. Come with me to my $prompt and I'll explain you all of this. As I told you, there are two types of commands, internal commands and external commands. The commands which are there in my environment, that is the shell's environment, they are known as internal commands. So the following are the internal commands. You have a set of aliases in my environment and you have a set of shell keywords in my environment. You have a set of built-in functions in my environment. You have a set of user-defined functions. And so these are the four types of commands that are there in my environment. Other than this, we have the external commands. So external commands are available in one of the directories in the path variable. So let us see what is the value of path variable. If you are trying to display the value of path variable, so this is the value. So what I told you, path variable contains a set of directories represented in their absolute path names. So when a user executes a command, and if it happens to be an external command, finally it will check in all the directories of the path variable. Meaning it will check, that is, I will check the shell, I will check whether the command is there in /usr/local/sbin. If it is not there, then I will check is there in user local bin, otherwise user sbin or user bin. So like that, I will check from left to right the directories one by one, separated by the colon delimiter. So till the last directory. So I am telling based on the output displayed for the path variable in this screen. So finally /snap/bin. Till that directory I keep checking. If that command is there within one of those directories, I will load the code corresponding to the command to the memory, then create it as a child process, give the control to that code so that that code would get executed, that process would get executed. I will transfer the control to that process and it would get executed. If the command is not found till the rightmost directory, then I would come out with an error telling that the command not found. So this is the task I do as far as when the user executes any external command. Okay, when that happens, then I do the task like this. Now coming to the internal command. So the shell has to search in a particular order. That is, I have to search in a particular order. Once you, the user, enter a command, I need to search for that command in a particular order. Maybe first in the aliases, next in the shell keywords, that way. So in which order I search? So I search exactly in the same order as what I have typed above. Like first I would search in the set of aliases. If that command is not found in the set of aliases, then I will search in the set of shell keywords. If that command is not found in the set of shell keywords, then I would search in the set of built-in functions. If it is not found, then I will search in the list of user-defined functions. If it is not found there also, then finally I would come to the path variable wherein I would search in each and every directory of the path variable from left to right. In case if it is found in one of these places, aliases or shell keywords or built-in functions or user-defined functions, then I would execute the code concerned with that particular code. So if the command that you enter is in one of the internal commands, one of the types of internal commands, then I won't fork and exec. That is, I won't create a child process, because for executing the command which is there in my environment, okay, I don't have to fork the child process. But as far as aliases are concerned, there is a difference, because aliases always stand for another command. So if alias stand for an external command, then what happens? I would look for that alias. If you type an alias, I would look in the set of aliases, get the alias name, and then fetch the alias definition. If that alias definition is an external command, then I would continue searching from keywords onwards. And if it happens to be an external command, finally I will search in path variable, and if it is found, then I would execute it. But as far as the other internal commands are concerned, like shell keywords, built-in functions, user-defined functions, I will not create a child process. I would execute directly, because as they are in my own environment. So I would only execute those commands. Okay. How do we know that they are executed in this particular order? For proving that, let me show you certain things. Like You very well know that while is a shell keyword. What I will do, even though you should not do something like this, I am creating an alias called while. While equal to cal. So I am creating an alias called while, whose alias definition is cal. Now, you very well know that while is a shell keyword. So if you execute while, it should not display cal. But what is happening now? When I execute while command, it is displaying the cal command's output. Why? Because first shell has checked in the list of aliases if there is any alias called while. So it has found an alias called while. So what is the value for while? Cal. So it has replaced while with cal. Then it started searching for cal starting from keywords. There is no keyword called cal. There is no built-in function called cal. There is no user-defined function. Finally, it has come to path. In the path variable, one by one, it has checked. It has found cal in one of the directories. Type cal. It is in user bin. It is in /user/bin directory. So it has found it in /user/bin. So it has created cal as a child process, and then it has executed it. So this proves that aliases are searched first. Aliases are searched first. Let me clear the screen. So what do you infer from this? When you are defining aliases, you should be very careful. Your alias should not be a keyword. Don't define any keyword as an alias. Your alias definition, your alias name should not be a keyword. Your alias name should not be a user-defined function, should not be the same as a user-defined function. Your alias name should not be the same as built-in functions. Okay, so your alias name, let it not be the same as, so it should not be a shell keyword or a built-in function, a user-defined function. It should be distinct or unique. Now, how do we know that built-in functions are searched only after the keywords? That is very simple. Even before that, what we do, our alias name should not be the same as shell keyword. So what I will do, see, when I type alias now, I realize that there is an alias called while. See, alias while equal to cal, right? That is the reason when I executed while, cal command was executed. So it has been added in the shell's environment, in my environment. Okay. Now, how do I remove this alias? Unalias while. Fine? Yeah. Now this alias is removed. Now, let me try to create a user-defined function called as while. While or for or any shell keyword. Okay. While. See, normally when I type while, what happens? It displays a secondary prompt because while is a loop. After a while, I have to give a condition, right? So the shell expects a condition. Okay. So when we learn about shell scripting, we will know about the while loop. Okay. Now let me just for driving home the point that if we are defining a function same as the shell keyword, it won't affect anyway because functions are searched only after the keywords. Okay. Function while and then opening curly brace echo hello world, then close the curly brace. Okay, so we will have an impression that this function has been successfully created, but you give type while, still it is a shell keyword only. We get an impression as if it has been created, but still it is telling shell keyword only. Okay, set command. See, physically a function called while is existing, but the shell will not search for the user-defined function before the shell keyword. First it searches for the shell keyword. So wherever, in whichever order shell searches, type also will search in the same order. So type command has searched for the while, the command while in the list of shell keywords, it has found it. So even if you define a function called while, it is meaningless, but unnecessarily a function would be existing. So never do something like that. Just for driving home the. So now user-defined functions are searched and then only built-in functions are searched. First is alias. Okay, let me quickly type all these things. First is alias. And then second is in the search order, shells search for commands. 3 is user defined. It searches in the list of user defined functions and then in the search set of built-in functions. How do you know that? Define a function which is similar to a built-in function. See, CD is a built-in function. Type CD. Sorry, because I created some time back a function called CD. Unset CD. Okay. Type CD. It's a built-in function. It's a shell built-in. Okay. So now what I will do, function CD, it's a built-in function, we very well know that. Okay, I will create a function called CD, a user-defined function called CD. Then echo, yes, I am the CD now. Okay, then close the curly brace. Now type CD. So CD is a function it is telling, meaning what? Shell searches in the list of user-defined functions before the built-in functions. Let me execute the CD command. Yes, I am the CD now. So normally what CD is supposed to do? CD is supposed to take you to your home directory. CD/opt. Still it is telling, so it is not taking me to the OPT directory. So CD is not performing as what I expected. Why? Because user-defined functions are searched first by the shell. So there is a user-defined function called CD whose code is one echo statement, right? So always that echo statement is executed. I am never able to change my directory, right? So that's the thing. So that is the reason whenever you are defining a function, let it not be the same as it should not be the name of the built-in function. Your user-defined function, whenever you are defining, the name of the user-defined function should not be the built-in function. So be careful. Let us be careful about that. It should be unique. So take care that it should be unique. Okay. So this proves that the user-defined function is searched before the built-in function. Now let me unset it. Unset CD. So never define like this. So these are all don'ts. Okay. So I just created a user-defined function with the same name as built-in function to show you that what you should not do. Never define a user-defined function which is the same name as the built-in function. So I have removed the CD. Now you type CD/opt. And check in which directory you are. Yes, you are able to change the directory successfully. CD, where you are, CD without any arguments, it will take you to your home directory. So to summarize, in which order I search for the commands? I search for the commands in the order like, first I would search in the list of aliases. So myself being the shell genie, I search in the first in the list of aliases, then in the list of shell keywords, then in the list of user-defined functions, then in the list of built-in functions. If that command that you entered is not in any of these types of internal commands, then finally I search in the list of directories which is there in the path variable from left to right, the list of directories being separated by the colon delimiter. So for your convenience, let me display the content of path variable again. Let us suppose that now I create one file called, okay, I will create one shell script called as, okay, I will create a shell script called as myscript.sh. In this shell script, what I am doing, I am just executing some commands. So later on we are going to learn shell script completely. Now just for the purpose, I am executing some commands, uname -a, cal uname -a. So okay, these two commands. Okay, one more command I will enter. I will execute date. So these three commands I am executing. So whenever my shell script is executed, it should execute these three commands, right? Okay, so I want to execute the shell script just like how I execute any command. Cat. How I execute? Just cat. I type cat. Similarly, by typing the name of the script, I want to execute the shell script. Am I able to do that? myscript.sh command not found. Why it is giving this error message? Because it has searched in the list of aliases, shell keywords, user-defined functions, built-in functions, and finally in all the directories in the path variable from left to right, it has not found in any of these places. So finally it is coming out and telling me that my script.sh is not found. So if it has to find, but I very well know that my script.sh is in my current directory, but it has not found it in the path variable. Why? Because my current directory is not there in the path variable. What is my current directory? /home/Murali _ Maha. So either I should add my home directory to this path variable, okay, or I should add dot to the path variable, because dot refers to the current directory. Okay, let me add dot to the path variable. How do I do that? So whenever I want to add suffix some value, append a value at the end of the path variable, what should I do? It is quite simple. Path equal to, okay, we should assign to path. What we should assign to path? The existing contents of the path. How do you access the existing contents of the path? $path. Because for shell to understand that path is a variable, you should prefix with $. Whenever you are trying to access a variable, then you should prefix the variable with $. But why did you not prefix this left hand side when you are giving path equal to? Here why didn't you prefix with $? Because in any assignment statement, when I am giving something, some name immediately followed by an equal to sign, then shell understands that it is a variable, because you can assign to only a variable. So here it understands that it is a variable. But when you are trying to access the value, here I am trying to access the current contents of the path variable. In that case, I need to prefix with the $symbol. So to this, what I want to do, I want to suffix a colon, and then I want to put a dot. Dot means what? Current directory. So I am telling to shell, search in the dot directory also. After searching in all the other directories, you search in the dot directory also. So that is what I am telling. Okay. Now let me try to execute the script. My script.sh. Now it is giving another error. So now it is not giving command not found. It is giving permission denied. So it means what? It is able to, when it will tell permission denied, it is able to find the command. It is able to find this my script.sh. But when it has found it, it checked the permission, whether execute permission is there. It is not there. Hence it is telling permission denied. Let us look at the permissions for the file myscript.sh. Yes. Who am I? I am the owner of the file. For me, is there execute permission? No. So how do I add execute permission? Chmod. There is a command called chmod. U plus x. U means file owner. Plus add execute permission. For which file? myscript.sh. About chmod command we will learn in detail when we come to the chapter file access permissions. Okay, I have now added the execute permission to the file myscript.sh. ls-l myscript.sh. Now execute permission is there. Now let me try to execute the file myscript.sh. Yes, myscript.sh script is executed because now it has got the command status. So when a particular command or a script or any command will get the command status, means first criteria is that it should be there in one of the directories in the path variable. Second criteria is that it should have execute permission. Then we can tell that it has got the command status. With this, we have come to the conclusion of today's session. If you like today's session about the shell scope of command search and the significance of path variable, you can share it, because sharing is caring. If you are yet to subscribe, you can subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon for getting the notifications. Thank you. See you in the next class. Take care. Bye bye.